So how many of you would call yourself just a little bit ambitious? Like maybe you wake up and you have this list of tasks that you think that you can get accomplished for the day. And then maybe sometimes you actually get them done. Anyone? Here's to be honest. Let's see how ambitious you are. Okay, it's July. Have any of you bought a Christmas present yet? I think that is really ambitious. Or sometimes we're just even ambitious when thinking about how many grocery bags we can bring in from the car at the same time. I have precariously put many, many bags so I didn't have to go out for more than one trip. Or maybe your ambition looks like putting too many things on a calendar. You see, we are people who want to get things done. In my house, my husband and I have this saying, we always joke that we suffer from delusions of grandeur. We think we decided to move here to Alexandria, and then we decided to physically build our own house. We've been in a year, and we have done all kinds of projects. I've learned how to tile and put in insulation. I did wood flooring, all of the things, paint. We've come a really long way, but the projects continue in our own house. You see, we live in this ambitious culture, this culture where it seems like competition is just everywhere. We're an ambitious people. We want to come out on top and we want to be the best. Families plan everything in their children's lives around their youth sports because we're so ambitious and competition focused. Network TV also seems like it's dominated by this competition and ambition. We have things like The Voice or America's Got Talent or American Ninja Warrior, all these things that we're just constantly competing in. And we each have our favorites, our favorite teams, our favorite political candidates, our favorite competitors. If we aren't actually competing in the world on our own, we're cheering for other people to compete in the world too, to a tune that we identify. We are an ambitious people. And I think for many folks who call themselves Christians, like maybe like you and like me, we have this idea that ambition and Christianity, that they just sort of don't mix. That Christians aren't supposed to be competitive or strive too hard, that Christians are supposed to be humble and serve others. And I want to tell you that this is absolutely true. But the Bible really does a good job shaking this ambition that some of us have out in us. In the book of Mark, chapter 10, Jesus has these two disciples, and their names are James and John. And Jesus actually nicknames them the sons of thunder. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what their character was like, I think that so true. The sons of thunder. These are big, ambitious, bold men. And here's what the Bible says about the sons of thunder. The Bible says, then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, they came to Jesus and said, Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever it is that we ask. And so Jesus looks at them and he says, well, what do you want me to do for you? And he asks, well, let one of us sit at your right hand and the other one at your left when you are in your glory. I mean, these guys are so bold. They are so ambitious, the sons of thunder. These disciples, they go up to Jesus and they just flat out ask if they can be on his right and left side when he comes into his glory. They imagine that Jesus is going to sit in a place of power. And so they want to make sure that they're right in proximity, that they are right next to the king. They wanted to be on top and soak up all the glory that was around Jesus. They thought in this when Jesus would finally beat the Roman Empire. I mean, can we really blame them? James and John, they don't really get what's going to happen to Jesus. And Jesus understands this. And so Jesus tells them, you don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink or be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized? And then they answer boldly and ambitiously. They say, we are able. But they don't actually know what they're asking for. They actually can't get a vision for what is going to happen to Jesus. And often I think if we are really honest, we don't know what we're asking for either. We want to be successful. We want to be liked. We want to win the Mega Millions lotto. We want to be happy. We want to take nice vacations. We want to be enough and be strong. We want to be famous. Is that what you want? Is that what you're ambitious for? For many of us, God has given us a drive to achieve and to accomplish, to be ambitious. But the truth is that drive and that need, it needs to be kept in check. Without being kept in check, it has the ability to turn into pride or turn into hurting those that are around us. Philippians chapter 2 says this. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or in vain conceit, but rather in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but into the interests of others. You see, we think we know what we're asking for when we want these big things in our life, but we really don't. Sometimes our egos, just like James and John's egos, they get in the way. James and John, they thought they knew what they were asking. They thought they knew what that road ahead following Jesus meant, and they wanted to be sure that they were on the winning team, that they were on the right side of history. After all, they were the sons of thunder. But here's the good news for you and for me and for James and John. We can't save ourselves either. We can't, in our ambition or our drive or in our success, do what Jesus did on the cross. We can't do this for ourselves. This is something that has to be done for us. And what a gift this is, that Jesus let himself to go and leads from a place of servanthood. And it's only in that place that we can be freed to lead from there too. So what do we do with our big ideas? What do we do with our ambition? Well, if it's in the right place and we're mindful, and we don't need it to save ourselves or to try and impress or prove something, our worthiness. The truth is, with our ambition, is that other people need it. We need good nurses and doctors to care for us when we are sick. We need parents and grandmas and grandpas to give us this unconditional love. We need students to think of new innovative ways of helping people. We need lawyers to fight for injustice and to advocate for the poor. We need listeners to help us process our troubles. We need teachers in order to guide us. And we need friends to remind us that our worth is more than the world might say. And we need leaders to show up and to serve. We need to get some things done for the sake of other people. We need to lose ourselves in delusions of grandeur, of making sure that this world is a better place. So Jesus, he teaches his disciples this, that his most faithful followers, he teaches what they'll have to lose in order to consider an essential life. This ambition for fame, riches, power, and glory. Jesus teaches them and teaches us that if we want to be like him, let's be ambitious for greatness and service, gaining success that comes from giving away all that we have to make life better for other people. And you know what? Eventually, James and John, they got this. I'll tell you what happened to the sons of thunder. They really had no idea what they were asking in that moment in Mark 10. James, he became the very first martyr. And John, he's known as John the Evangelist, the one who Jesus loved. And we, like them, we are ambitious, but our ambition is to be used for the sake of others. So dream big, dream ambitiously, but do it for other people. Have a good day.